Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail, and today we are going to be discussing a long lost treasure, the Silk Road. Now some of you might not have any clue what that's about, but we're going to talk about it a little bit, give you some background information, and go from there. The Chinese had not only invented a wonderful fabric, but they had invented one of the first ever insulators, and they are just ingenious. Unfortunately, there's no official date that marks opening the Silk Road, but this goes back about 2,000 years during China's Han Dynasty, a government with the ambassador Zhang Qian, and he was sent by the emperor to secure a trade route for his silk canvases. Now, Zhang and his officers managed to make peace with all the central tribes of Asia who had previously been attacked by these travelers. Now, they eventually began to carry silk to travel further west, and eventually made it all available in cities in the Mediterranean, such as Syria, etc. Then they started sailing ships the rest of the way ports of Western Europe. This was a huge transition in luxury goods. This new fabric was so thin and sheer, and it revealed a lot about what the Roman authorities considered as scandalous in their opinion, but part of the Silk Road actually still exists today in form of a paved highway connecting Pakistan and autonomous regions of Zhejiang, China. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, so I apologize. The old road has been impetuous behind the United Nations for a plan of transformation. The highway and railway counterpart of the road has been proposed by the UN for Economic and Social Commission for Asia. Now, this road inspired one of the cellists, Yo-Yo Ma, to found the Silk Road Project in 1999, which he explored cultural traditions along its route and beyond as means for connecting its worldwide across the cultures. This road just has a lot of culture tied to it, and I could spend hours talking about it. And I will leave more detailed information in the description, but it is one of my favorite things to research, and I think if you guys took a look at it, it is one of the most impressive and lost treasures of the world. Unfortunately, over the years, even back in the ancient times, the Silk Road became more of just trading silk. It was an avenue for drugs and anything that these people could transport along this road, and it was a major commerce route. Back during the high times of the Silk Road, they would actually have decoys. They would send out a first team that would have no goods with them, and then some of the other teams would actually bury the goods along the road, because it got to the point where there was a lot of people that would steal things, and it was a very dangerous times and place at times. This partner group, a woman and a male, were hiking the Tibetan Flatten route. Apparently, it was late afternoon when Amy and her alone bushman was at the bottom of the canyon and left the bank of the stream. They didn't know what happened to whatever their guides have become of them, but they thought they were somewhere on the west of the canyon, and they were supposed to maybe try to approach it from the bank of the stream where they were. They were both experienced hikers, however, they had been traveling with guides, and they had been having these guides carry up the majority of their luggage through high sand dunes and whatnot. So when they lost the guides, they were definitely scared, and they definitely didn't know exactly what to do. And as their current bad luck would have them, they ran into a terrible thunderstorm, which all of you that are hikers or anybody outdoors knows that being in a lightning storm can be quite terrifying, especially when you have no idea where you are and you've already lost the majority of your supplies. Unfortunately, they just roamed around for the next few hours. They had lost all their water and other supplies, and they were obviously very scared at this point. And then, just by the grace of God, they ran into another Sherpa who was in the area and agreed to lead them back to safety, which was just a miracle. This kind Sherpa that they ran into was kind enough to lead them through and find their way back to safety. And these two hikers recounted the story, and honestly, this is only a few of the stories that the Silk Road has to share. some of the mysteries of the Silk Road, they're just amazing. Honestly, researching this story, I have to say these are two of the luckiest people that I've ever researched. The rain went down. They were able to find this little footbridge that led them to a little mud and hut town, which they found a guy named Lo De Ji, who was a Tibetan herdsman who actually took them back and guided them back to their way. Despite Amy and her partner both being experienced hikers, it's a whole different story when you're on a very unknown path and you're using guides as your navigation. And once they got separated from them, they were definitely scared and they knew that they were in trouble. And the fact that they were able to find another guide to help them was just unbelievable. In 2020, 2 other hikers went missing on the Silk Road. They were just trying to find their path, and I guess a lot of northern lights or pretty stars. They were never seen again. And these kind of disappearances along the Silk Road are not that uncommon, because the Silk Road, even though it was designed for trade, it has also become a paradise for the criminal and bad elements. Unfortunately, out there isn't a huge search and rescue effort involved when people do go missing. There is obviously somewhat of a search, but with these 2 people that went missing in 2020, all that was known was them, that they were out looking to have some nice nights, looking at some beautiful stars, and they were just never seen again. And unfortunately, these things remain common on the Silk Road. I just wanted to share this story with you. This was all passed by word of mouth, but if you look it up, you can find information on the internet, which I'll have more in the description. And of course, now that I'm out west, I finally made it out to California. I will be following and doing the stories that we've talked about in previous videos. And I also wanted to let you all know that I bought these silver round angels that I'm going to leave at the last place that each lost hiker was seen at, and hopefully we can do some good, even if it's just putting up new flyers and communicating with the local authorities and keeping their stories alive in the media, because I think that's very important. And I do apologize about this video. I actually had to make it 3 or 4 times because it kept giving me some kind of error message, so I apologize for any slowbacks or mistakes, but I appreciate you all sticking with me, and I will be getting up some new videos very soon, and of course the upload schedule will be much more common. I'm sorry that it's been so long since the last upload. This is just a small picture of the little angels that I was telling you about, and I'm looking into doing some other things too as well, and if you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, it really means a lot to me. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music, and I will see everybody in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me to the end, and I just wanted to say thank you again for being so patient with the upload schedule. I meant to have this video up a long time ago, but like I said, I had lots of problems, but now that I'm out west and I have a base of operations, I'll be able to make more videos and upload them in a more frequent manner, and I just really appreciate everybody's support and all your thoughts and comments. And now that I'm out here, if there's anyone that would like to join me on any of my expeditions, I'd love to hear from you. You can always send me a message or a text, and we can make a plan that way. Thank you so much. I'll see you then.